So today I'm behind the wheel of the 2022 Lexus LX 600, and I'm going to take some time to go through the interior of this thing. So starting as I normally do from left to right. Over on the left, you've got window switches, you've got your door locks, you got your rear mirror adjust tucked down here. Up here you got your door latch, you've got a nice grab handle. You've got some buttons that you can slit the presets for the driver's seating position. Down low, you've got a button for the rear hatch, and then auto start stop button. Up here you have a camera view button, so pushing this displays different camera views on the main display. You also have a lighting dim level adjust down and up and the odometer trip button right here. Moving to the gauge cluster. So it has 4 analog gauges surrounding a digital touchscreen. So this digital touchscreen can be adjusted between different options and pages. So right now I have the current miles per gallon of the vehicle. You got range, average speed. You got an eco indicator, tire pressure for all 4 corners, plus the tire underneath the vehicle in the back. And then you can make it a blank screen as well. Now this is the compass. Also will display, if you have a route selected in your navigation, it'll display on the screen. I have media, so right now it's on Sirius XM. A bunch of different settings for the lane assist, messages, and then settings for these screens as well. You can page down through pretty much everything. And you can see where it says comfort, that's the drive mode that I'm in right now. Each drive mode has its own color scheme around that circle. So if I'm gonna go back to eco, it's kind of blue. Comfort, which I was just in, silver. Normal changes it up with no words there. Then you got sport, kind of livens it up a bit. And then sport plus. And there's also a custom mode, which I'll showcase how you can adjust the different drive mode features in custom, because it'll basically describe what each of these other modes adjust for their particular option. Just gonna go to comfort. You can also see the height level of the vehicle will be displayed right here as well. Right now it's kind of in the normal mode. Moving back to the steering wheel, how I was adjusting everything in the center screen is right here over on the left. But you also have different volume controls, talk, this is the back button, phone. Over on the right, you have your cruise control settings, mode, there's a tuner left and right, lane assist. On the back of the steering wheel, it features paddles should you wish to shift your own gears, and you can also do so on the gear lever on the center console, which I will display when I get to the center console. But this is a better look at the steering wheel. Moving to the navigation display. To the left of the navigation display is the engine start stop button, and there's a big power knob above that as well. The navigation display basically has 5 main pages, so settings, vehicle, phone. I don't have any device connected at the moment. You got radio and navigation. You can adjust many things through the different screens. The vehicle screen displays trip information. The setting screen, you can adjust everything to your liking. Vehicle customization, this is where I'm going to kind of describe what the different drive modes adjust. So you can go between power and normal and eco for powertrain. For suspension, same thing. Steering, just between sport and normal. And air conditioning between normal and eco. So if you go in eco mode to get the most fuel efficiency of the vehicle, it kind of will adjust the air conditioning level as well. Below that, you've got a cool full digital display, which controls a lot of things like the HVAC. It'll also display some performance features as well. For example, top left, you got a little gauge that displays just how much power I'm putting down on the brake or the accelerator. So that's full on brake, obviously. Same thing would be for the accelerator. Right here will display what 4-wheel drive mode you're in, and of course, what drive mode you're in to the right of that. Then you have a G-force meter over top right. Also display the vehicle height level here. You can, this is the touch screen to display the fan level and other climate control features as well. Moving back from that, you've got actual physical buttons for different climate control features as well. This is how you control the temperature level. Tucked below that, you have the MTS button. Pushing that in kind of gets you in a more off-road mode. So as you can see, I got the angle of the vehicle. Then there's a drive mode button, which will kick you into the drive mode page. You got DAC and crawl control as well. Pushing that will put you in those modes, and as well as display that on the gauge cluster. Coming back a little bit, this is the drive mode knob. So this is how it's twisting between the different drive modes. Basically just twisting this left and right will highlight all those different modes. Over on the right is the four-wheel drive selector. So it's always in high 4. Should you want to go to low 4, you have to push it in and twist it. Below that, you got a cubby hole space. To the left, you have an old school smoker's port right here. You've got on the right USB-C and an old school USB as well. In front of those, you have ventilated and heated seats for both the driver and the passenger, and the driver has a heated steering wheel. Then you've got the gear lever right here. So you got park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And once you're in drive, hit it over and you can shift your own gears in the manual mode. To the right, you have 2 cup holders, which I'm using to hold the bottom of the gimbal. You've got a charge pad in the center. This is the parking brake latch button, switch, however you would like to describe it. Uniquely, which I love about this vehicle, is once you put it in park, it kind of senses you're on any sort of angle. And I think anytime in park, it'll put the parking brake on for you. So this kind of negates the need for this. The hold button for if you're at a red light and you want to stretch your leg. Got the diff lock. You've got the traction control off button and the 2 different buttons that raise and lower the vehicle height. You've got your armrest. There's a cool box sitting in here. You push this, keep this nice and cool for your beverages. It's got a nice little top slider for some change or whatever else you want to hide in here. Moving to the passenger side, got your glove box. Gets you a better look at the passenger doors, showcases the Mark Levinson audio system through the vehicle. The seats. Currently have my child's car seat in here. This is actually a 3-row vehicle, but right now I have the back row folded up for a stroller. You've got vents throughout the cabin, so even the 3rd row gets vents, which is really great. Sunroof for the front passenger driver. You got your lights and sunroof options, as well as sunglass holder. But that is pretty much the interior of the 2022 Lexus LX 600. If there is a feature that I didn't go in depth enough on, and you need some questions answered, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and I would love to find an answer for you. And if I can't, I will point you in some direction. Thanks for watching.